Double Take Sports Talk. 5 good minutes with the Watch Brothers coming up on the show. We are going to recap Monday Night Football, the wrap-up of Week 6, the New York Jets and Arizona Cardinals. We will have that for you coming up next. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Double Take Sports Talk, 5 good minutes with the Watts Brothers. Welcome to the show. Darren Watts here right next to me on the opposite side of me. Say hello to Gerald Watts today.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Alright, we are here again, wrapping up Week 6 of NFL action and the final game of Week 6. Monday Night Football, the New York Jets and the Arizona Cardinals. You have anything that you would like to share amongst? Not the top of my head, no. Okay. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, on the docket today, we are just going to briefly recap the Monday Night Football game. Ready to do it?
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our 5 good minutes starts now. All right, the Arizona Cardinals defeated the New York Jets 28-3. Carson Palmer, 23 for 34, 213 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. David Johnson, 22 attempts for 111 yards, 3 touchdowns, with 58 yards being his longest run in this game. Stop the bleed. Yeah, you might as well just continue a scrimmage. You ain't lying. Ryan Fitzpatrick, bad game. 16 for 31, 174 yards, no touchdown, and an interception. Matt Forte, really bad game. 9 attempts for 19 yards, no touchdowns, with 8 being his longest run in this game. Brandon Marshall, 3 receptions for 70 yards, and let's see what the Arizona Cardinals receiving line did. Larry Fitzgerald, 6 receptions for 49 yards, 12 yards being his longest reception in the game, no touchdowns also. And what I wanted to ask you, we talked about this on the air, before we came on the air.
Yeah.
Do you believe that both quarterbacks, Ryan Fitzpatrick and Carson Palmer, are starting to become a liability to the team?
Oh, absolutely. They're starting to become a liability because they are not moving up to their expectations of how they wanted to be at the beginning of the season. Ryan Fitzpatrick still wanted to be a Jet. He got what he wanted, but he's not performing to his ability. And now he is starting to become a liability for the Jets more than Carson Palmer, though. Right. That's the only thing I have about that. Ryan Fitzpatrick is becoming more of a liability versus Carson Palmer.
I have it with both of them are just plain flat-out liabilities to both of their respective teams. They are hurting their teams. With Carson Palmer left Cincinnati, it just hasn't been the same for him.
No, it hasn't been.
Now, Arizona gave him a chance.
Right.
And that's something you can always, excuse me, you can always be grateful for that. You can always be thankful. Right. You can always be blessed on that behalf. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the same way. But they're not living up to their expectations, like you said. That's the reason why I believe that they are just being a liability.
But see, and the reason why I say there that Ryan Fitzpatrick is more of a liability versus Carson Palmer, because I give Carson Palmer some credit. He did throw a touchdown.
Right.
Not expecting what a quarterback is supposed to be 2 to 3 touchdowns, maybe even 4.
Yeah.
But with him throwing a touchdown, that shows that he's putting in something.
Yeah.
You know, he has a concussion. He's still going out there doing his thing.
That's true.
And it was the same way with Cam Newton. He's out there. He's doing his thing. He's got a concussion too. You know, he's doing his thing. You know, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he ain't got jack nothing.
But see,
he ain't throwing no touchdowns.
Thing is, you can't let injuries make an excuse for how you play.
Well, you can't.
Which is the whole reason why you have to play yourself cautiously. If you're gonna go out there and play. Other than
that's my point.
Out.
But see, that's my point though. My point is that even though that these players are getting hurt, they're still going out there doing their thing. Ryan Fitzpatrick hardly ever got injured, and he's not doing nothing.
But Carson Palmer and Cam Newton has, and they are both still, well, not anymore, but Carolina's 1-5. Arizona, I think, is
It's 3-3.
And the Jets is 1-5.
1-5 with a
They're
healthy
1-5.
quarterback.
With a healthy quarterback, and even with your injury-prone quarterback, I mean, yeah, you give Carson Palmer some credit to the fact that they are 3-3. They have struggled.
Yes, they struggle.
And that's the
Yeah, they
main key of it all.
Absolutely.
They struggle.
Mhm.
And so has Carolina. They have struggled just as much. But even with David Carr, Derek Carr, I get those.
Well, they're brothers. You can understand that.
Oh yeah,
You can understand
Yeah. David Carr was a Houston Texans, I believe,
Yes.
back in that time. You consider, you look at Derek Carr and what he had done with Carolina, although they still lost even up
right.
under him. Derek Carr has the ability to put one foot in front of the other. The problem is his ability to try to actually go and that's what I'm looking for. Distribute the ball.
Right.
He needs to look to distribute the ball more better, but he's not going to be somebody to actually replace Cam Newton when
Right.
he does get injured.
I got
It's
you.
not like a Dallas Cowboys when you got Dakota Prescott
and
as
Ezekiel Elliott
yeah,
carrying him
as your best quarterback running back combo to only throw one pick as a rookie. Now, I haven't looked to pay attention to see if Tom Brady has thrown any picks so far, but he's a veteran.
Right.
Dakota Prescott is a rookie, and he only thrown one pick, and this is Brady's second game. And Brady even so much as to throw a pick, for me, that's a problem. Yeah, that's just me.
I agree. But let's talk about a little bit of stats here. Let's analyze some of these stats real quick. One thing that stood out to me for what I've seen is that the first downs has really have taken an effect for Arizona. They had 28.
Mm-hmm.
New York had 11. And yeah, the sacks really didn't play a factor.
They didn't play a factor.
They didn't play a
because
factor.
Defenses really didn't play
No,
too much of a
defense didn't
factor.
play too much. The only thing that really happened was that when Geno Smith got sacked, when he got put into the game, he got sacked once and got 8-yard loss from it. New York Jets team rushing only 33 yards, man. You can't put that type of numbers. Like how I predicted when so I think the second week when the Jets visited the Bills in Buffalo. And I said that Matt Forte was going to get 100 yards.
Yeah.
You know, he did just that. Tonight,
He barely
19
didn't
yards.
We just got
19.
20.
19 or 20. You can't win off that. You can't even win off Ryan Fitzpatrick. You can't even do that. Matt Forte really had to get his game up. When Carson Palmer went to the concussion protocol and Drew Stanton took over, guess who took over? David Johnson. And he's been taking over ever since. He's been carrying this team's load.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you really don't want to do. This is the same thing that we saw last night
Right.
with Houston and the Indianapolis Colts. You look at Lamar Miller, I believe it was.
Yes.
You look at Lamar Miller. You look at him and how he was able to finally start picking up the load in the second half.
Because the
with
Colts
this
got too relaxed,
They
man.
did 23-9. Yeah.
Yes, they got too relaxed. You got to stay disciplined.
You have to stay disciplined. Houston stayed disciplined. Regardless to the fact of their mistakes in the first half, they stayed disciplined
fixed it.
in the second, and they were able to come back, win the game, and send that bad boy into overtime to
And they
kill
did
my
just that.
sleep and everybody else's sleep. I still can't get over that.
I know, Darren. I know it.
I can't get over that.
I know it, man. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah. Well, anything else?
2 turnovers for the Jets, so that's a big deal. Both got picks.
You can't pick off the
No.
ball. You can't
pick it
have
off
any
like that.
turnovers like that.
That's a no-no.
And it steals the ball.
That's no. I agree there.
That's we'll see the Jets be out of contention in the playoffs maybe
Probably 2 weeks from now.
well, I'm not even giving that. I will give it to about maybe the third team to be put out of contention. You have to look at Cleveland first because they are
Yeah, they're
6-6.
Yeah, I think all 5 were 6-1.
Yeah, I believe they're going to be out of contention
Yeah.
first, and then it's probably going to be maybe Tampa Bay or maybe the Jets.
look right past it. You about to step on it. Good gosh.
I had this in the way, of course, but you just had to look at those teams in perspective. So
Right.
I will give it not too much longer before the Jets be eliminated out of contention.
Yeah, and I picked them to win the title too. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting. Buffalo's looking good too. So yeah.
But they still need to get past New England. That's going to be
Yeah, they got to get past
that's
New
my
England.
worry.
Well, you
That's
know
my
what?
worry.
With the adjustments they made, man, they are smoking.
They got rid of that
They got
offensive coordinator.
offensive coordinator. I think it was Greg Roman.
Yeah,
That is looking good.
they're looking good.
They're looking good, dude.
We'll see how they. We'll see how they work.
See how that
I
works.
believe. I believe I picked the Bills to win the AFC.
Well, when we did
East.
when we did the at the beginning from when we
Did our
started the NFL week.
Yeah, I
was
believe
the
I
opener.
picked the Bills. I believe I'll look at that when I get home.
Yeah.
But I believe I picked. I thought I had picked the Jets, but I didn't.
Nah, I picked the Jets.
We'll see that about that.
We'll see.
But
We'll see.
as of the record standing for me and you and our competitiveness against each other with analyzing stats,
Yeah.
you are now, I believe, 7-8, and you finished 7-8 with an overall record, I believe, of 46-45.
Okay.
I finished 7-7 or 8-8, one of the two, with an overall record of 64-23. I believe. Don't quote me on that. I left that on paper at home, so I don't remember the actual numbers. But yeah, that's where we stand there with that.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
Good baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our 5 good minutes. Thank you for listening to the show.
All right, you can check us out. Remember this by heart now.
Yeah.
Since I didn't bring the paper. Well, I got the paper with me. I left it in the bag.
Yeah.
You can check us out on the social media side. Listen to more of our podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at DTST2414. Like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at the Watch Brothers. Subscribe on YouTube and also subscribe to the podcast on the podcast app featuring iTunes. You can check us out. No, we got the blog. That's it.
Yeah.
The blog.
The blog.
Featuring critical thinking and analysis. You can check that out at DoubleTechSportsTalk.blogspot.com.
Break from baseball?
From what I believe, yes. I think they should resume tomorrow. I don't know about the not the Indians, the Blue Jays and the Indians, but I know the Cubs breaks today. They resume baseball tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully that when they go out west, they steal a home game from them.
Yeah. They need that.
Yeah, they need
They're
this.
going to need to steal it. I don't care if it's game 3 or game 4.
They got to steal it. They got to steal it. But they need to steal game 3.
Yeah.
They need to steal game 3. That's more of the importance.
Right, because that would mean that the Dodgers lead if they do take the Dodgers do take game 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, anything else?
I have absolutely
All right.
nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our 5 good minutes. Thank you for listening to the show, Double Take Sports Talk. Darren Watts here, on the opposite side of me, Daryl Watts.
Yes, sir.
All right, catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then,
Ciao.